I hope, of round one.
Welcome, David Price. Meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, ein Kampf im Schwergewicht über 10 Runden. In der roten Ecke Yaroslav Zavorotnyi aus der Ukraine, 111,8 Kilo. In der blauen Ecke David Price, Großbritannien, 114,5. Ihr Ringrichter aus Berlin, Oliver Brien.
Well, David Price is already in the ring. This the third step on the road to recovery. Schwerin, the latest stop on this continental adventure that has been one of rebuild and he hopes renaissance. And the perhaps final stop before he returns to the world scene. He's talked about Fury Chisora. He's looking ahead to the other world champions. But first things first, Yaroslav Zavorotnyi is in his way. A puncher with 14 knockouts in his 16 wins. He's getting on now, nearly 40. He is now. And Price straight down to business with that jab of his. Zavorotnyi swinging away in the early stages. He's been talking about weakness in Price's chin. He's saying he's going to exploit that, and that's still the fact of fiction when it comes to the tall Liverpudlian. He did well to cup his chin with the right hand as that sweeping left hook came in from Zavorotnyi. Price, of course, blasted out Brzezinski on his comeback in January. That was out in Germany. Went to Denmark in April and survived that first round scare to Andre Pala. I think in truth it was the inside of the forearm that put him down rather than a punch, and his eyes were clear and he was pretty much straight back up after the count of 8. And of course, a couple of those big right hands of Price's soon settled matters in the third, the same round that Pala had succumbed to Derek Chisora, of course, previously in London. Lovely body shot from Price. Certainly seems to be mental strength surrounding Price since his comeback, despite perhaps the lack of strength of the opposition. Zavorotnyi has been in with a who's who of former top names as well. He's only been stopped twice in his career. Valuev on his third pro start, would you believe? Talk about bumping into one and being a bit unlucky. That was 12 years ago. And then in 2004, he was taken out of there in 5 by Dimitrenko for the European title. He was the only man, top-level operators, to have got the Ukrainian out of there inside the distance. This one scheduled for 10. Despite some wild swings from Zavorotnyi, no real fireworks and no real scares for Price so far. Slightly pawing with the jab, Price. Been a weapon for him through the early part of his career, as well as the big right hand. You'd like to see him really stick that out with a bit of force and meat. And a couple of glimpses of the Price right hand, the body shot and that right cross at the end of a round that by and large he was able to control.
Hey, yo, just stay with that. Just like you're working. Hey, look, he's going to walk right into something, man. Just stay with what you're doing. Don't have to do nothing fancy, okay? There you go, Coach. Beautiful work, man. Great work. Got you winning that by a landslide. See the service, Coach.
The ever reassuring tones of Tommy Brooks.
Got you winning that by a landslide, man. Remember now, when you pull out, hands straight up, hands up when you pull out. Just deuce.
Had you winning that by a landslide, says Tommy Brooks. Confidence building, very much part of this rebuilding with David Price. He's blowing a little bit, wasn't he, after that first round? A bit of nervous tension, perhaps. One of the things that the camp have been working on in the intervening period since the shell shock of 2 stoppage defeats to Tony Thompson back-to-back, of course, in 2013. Finding the range with the jab, Price. Again, he's slightly pawing that out. He's such a stiff weapon for him when he uses it properly. Oh, lovely uppercut. Now Price starting to let the punches go. Zavorotnyi, as he said he would, has a go. The beauty of that jab as well is that it just throws Zavorotnyi off balance. He can't get any rhythm. It keeps him at distance. It restricts him to those wild swinging hooks. Ukrainian trying to rough up Price with the elbow in close, and did he catch him with a little left hook there on the inside? Same degree of inactivity for Zavorotnyi as well. He came back last September. He'd been off for 2 years prior to that, almost exactly. Here we are in June. He's been off another 9 months since that 4-round comeback in Russia. So relative inactivity. You'd like to think the Price able to capitalise on that. There's a nicer jab, a couple of them from Price. Lets the right hand go. Price letting the combinations go and back with that high guard. There's no doubt he's stepped up his defences. No real scares for Price. He's let go with a couple of right hands and maybe just taking a bit of the steam out of Yaroslav Zavorotnyi.
Hey man, you in shape, bro. You can do this all night long. Hey look, keep showing him that jab, bro. You will win the fight with just a jab alone. Huh? Great work. Got you winning that round by a landslide too. Hey look, when you pull back, remember you gotta have your hands up now, okay? You're working great, man. Yeah, you gotta keep that jab on him. 2 and 3, 2 and 3. There we go. Huh? What, Mark? Can't hear you.
Straightforward advice again from Tommy Brooks. You could win the fight with that jab alone if you like. Just again, Price very heavy breathing in that corner. Wasn't looking exactly straight in the eye of Tommy Brooks. Zavorotnyi is 6'4", but Price is almost leaning down with the right hand there. Ukrainian does sort of fight almost from the crouch. body shot that from Price. Forced that left uppercut between the gloves and through the guard. And for the first time, he's got Zavorotnyi backing off here. And if he can do that, then the table's well and truly turned in his favor. Zavorotnyi breathing heavily himself. Lovely body shot, oohs and ahs ringside. There's another left hook under the right elbow of Zavorotnyi, who gets in with the right hand of his own on the break. Starting to heat up here in Schwerin. Every time Price lands at one of those punches, there's oohs and ahs ringside. Referee warning Zavorotnyi. Quite impressed with Price's defence. Is clearly something they've been working on. He's particularly defending the left hook. He's also got that slight sort of skip back out of distance, a la Vladimir Klitschko. Just diffusing the space from Zavorotnyi. Lovely sharp combinations from Price, and he's got Zavorotnyi wobbled now and in trouble, and he's holding on, the Ukrainian. He's on the back foot, he's blowing heavily, and he's starting to get caught more cleanly now. Another little right hand just squeaked through behind the guard, and an excellent platform round for David Price. A really good round that for Price. He started to put his foot down on the accelerator, and the implications and the effect were clear to see on Yaroslav Zavorotnyi. That's the equivalent of the riot act. Started to blow a bit heavier, being caught more cleanly. Just unable to bridge the class divide and maybe the space in between himself and David Price. There was that right hand that just caught him, perhaps on the temple, perhaps around the ear, often the ones that stir the balance or imbalance. And you can see Price able just to skip back out of range. Just needs to be careful he's not completely gone back in straight lines there, but he's starting to get Zavorotnyi somewhat tamed. Good left to the body from Price. He does throw terrific body shots for a big guy. Just got to be careful of these wild swings from Zavorotnyi. Start dishing out any free raffle tickets at this stage of his career. Price comfortably enough able to work his way out of range. Nice chopping right hand from the Liverpudlian. Might have been a little sneaky right hand from Zavorotnyi in that exchange. Very few cages he's managed to get close to Price. Lovely little short right to the body again from Price. And here the advice from Franny Smith as well, who's still part of the camp, still in the corner. Yaroslav is on his feet, concerned about some of the roughhouse tactics of Zavorotnyi. He's trying just about everything he can to get a foothold in the fight.
Step back, ball.
Closing seconds of the fourth. Just when Price had dominated. Oh, nice right hand back, and another one. Again, just a little untidier up close than it needs to be, you fancy, for Price. And having dominated the third, you thought that might just be the swear. In the end, it was a slightly untidy fourth round.
You're working great, man. You're working great. Keep that jab rolling. Beautiful work, man. Just round 5 coming up.
Keep putting your stuff together. Keep on backing up. Don't give him any incentive to come forward. Keep on backing up with the jab. Keep it at distance.
Hey, look, you can win this with just a jab, you know? You're throwing some nice right hands and some nice uppercuts, too. But keep him looking for that jab, though. That way he'll never know what you're getting ready to do. Okay? Good work, man. Beautiful work. This is 5 coming up. You're winning every round, man. Keep your hands up when you pull out now.
There was that lovely little right hand from Price. That must have travelled 2 inches tops. Still the request from the Price corners has been to dominate with the jab.
Warning. Break. Stop. Running break. Stop back. Box.
Well, as ever for Price, the right hand.
Break. Break.
That's the punch. Just using the jab almost to deter Zavorotnyi rather than get him under control, and just to find the range for the right hand. He does still have that high ranking with the WBO, of course. He's number 10 on their list. Fury and Chisora effectively fighting for the next shot of that title against Klitschko in their big end of July fight up in Manchester. What a bill that promises to be. What a fight that promises to be. Bit untidy again. Zavorotny's mauling and holding and pushing and grappling. A little bit of forearm work too. Nice big clubbing right hand from Price. He fancies this fight's as untidy as he lets it be, as he allows it to be. Zavorotny's only really got a chance when he's up close mauling. Otherwise he's been swinging from distance, leaping in a couple of yards away. Couple of right hands for Price. He's just starting to let go. Closing seconds of the fifth. How tiring all this sort of mauling and grappling up close is. End of the fifth, and as we go past halfway, it's a fight that Price is in control of. Perhaps one he could be dominating a little
Bull
easier.
in the Matador.
Keep doing what you're doing. Just follow those
How you
balls
feel?
eventually.
Hey, look, keep doubling, tripling up that jab, man. You stopping him right in the tracks with it. Got me? Okay? Hey, look, and when you throw that uppercut, get that hook right behind it, just like we worked on in the gym, okay? Beautiful. Okay, I guarantee you'll catch him with it. Great work, man. Round 6, you got it. You're winning all 5 rounds, man. Hands down.
Keep picking the holes in him. Keep controlling him.
Here we go then into the 6th, and control might be the word. That's what David Price will want from himself. Control of his mind, of his body, of his boxing ability, and importantly tonight, of his opponent, Yaroslav Zavorotnyi. I guess importantly too, these are crucial rounds on the comeback trail. He's only gone 4 prior to tonight. 1 against Rosinski, and then of course those up and down 3 against Pala. And after the sort of shock and perhaps even mild trauma of the Tony Thompson fights, getting these rounds in might just be significant building blocks in the rebuilding process. I just sensed at the end of that 5th that Price was just starting to step it up, throwing more punches, and here he goes in the next. It's just that edge of confidence starting to breed in when he was talking to Tommy Brooks in the corner in between rounds. Very affirmative, yes, I feel good. Price on his toes now. If he feels Zavorotnyi weakening in those clinches up close. So used, of course, to even on the way up seeing David Price banging everybody out. 13 of his stoppages, 15 of them in total prior to tonight, and 13 of them coming in the first 3 rounds. Let's have the final minute. It's only 3 years ago or so that Zavorotnyi was going the distance with Pulev over 8 rounds. Oh! Price just dropped his guard, and a slapping right hand. Quite catch with full force from Zavorotnyi. Using ours for a Price right hand that landed just on the belt. Just a slight scare towards the end.
Keep showing him the jab. Keep showing him the jab. And drop that right hand and just like you're dropping it. Okay?
You're getting better. You're getting better. Like, you're flowing, you're getting better. This is the best part of the fight for you. Right?
Round.
You're fit.
You won all 6 rounds, bro. It's round 7 coming up. Hey, this guy's ready to go, man. All you gotta do is throw the shots. How you feel? Huh?
Fine.
Okay. Go ahead, handle your business, bro. He's ready to go.
And you back him up with the jab, steal the space, but he's got to keep moving back. as he's keeping moving back, pick the shots with the right hand. If he comes in, let it go.
There was the uppercut. That was the punch that Tommy Brooks had asked in between rounds previously for. He said we'd be working on that, let it go. Otherwise, the advice has been much the same round by round. Keep him on the end of the jab, keep doing what you're doing. A good combination from Price, is letting his punches go. Maybe just the last couple of rounds neglecting the body. So good early on in the fight.
Morning. Break. Step back. Morning.
Do sense Price just needs to restrict the mistakes, and Zavorotny's offering less and less coming forward.
Morning. Stop. Stop. Box. Break.
Oh, lovely right hand right over the top from Price again as Zavorotnyi resorts to mauling and grappling.
Morning. Stop. 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 Box.
At the final minute, that's a lovely body shot. This time with the right hand from David Price. Nice to see that back in the repertoire.
Break. Stop. Stop. Stop.
He's mixed it up nicely this round.
Box.
His defense has been good up close too. I think the corner would be happy to go all 10 rounds really. Get them in the bank. Those 5 unanswered jabs there from Price.
Stop.
More roughhousing from Zavorotnyi, who's on the end of it for most of that round.
Yeah.
Hey, you working beautiful, man. Working beautiful.
Keep concentration. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't get too excited.
Hey, listen.
Okay?
1, 2, and then a shot to the body. You got me?
3 rounds left. Doesn't matter if you
But make sure he's looking at the jab first, though. You follow me?
Stop that me back.
Huh?
Listen. Well, give nothing away. Okay? Just keep controlling.
Got 7 rounds in the bank, baby.
Backing up.
Hey, look.
Keep picking them with the right hand, not excited.
When you pull out, make sure you got your hands up. Now, I saw you a couple times. You've been there on the inside with your hands up. All right. You got one. You won all 7 rounds.
Here we go then into round 8. David Price probably has won every single round. I would venture, as suggested by Tommy Brooks. And it's a team in a corner that I'm still convinced David Price can make a genuine assault at top level against the big boys over the next year or so. And a right hand there from Zavorotnyi. took that well. The odd occasion that Ukraine has had some success. Price has taken it well. Look at that right uppercut again. I think the referee's saying mauling. That's exactly what it is. The two worrying right hands have sneaked through from Zavorotnyi this round. It's the one thing you'd say about some of the right hands that Price has been throwing. We're so used to them, seeing him coming from distance at the end of the jab and then the right hand is sort of classic 1-2. Quite a few of them tonight have been shorter punches up in close. There was one that went right under the left elbow. No mistaking, Zavorotnyi's tough. I don't know, Zavorotnyi's having one big final goal, but he's certainly put more into this round 8, and he's had little brief successes too. Oh, lovely from Price. Just opened up his body with the left hand to throw the right. And it's quite a competitive round.
We got a little nick over here. Right there. Just look like it just scratched the skin. Hey, look. You're working beautiful, man. Don't forget to keep using that jab. And when you pull out, make sure your hands are up now, okay? This guy, he's running right at you, man. 6 minutes. Look, that's why I was telling you 1-2, 1-2. He'll walk right into it. You got me?
6 minutes, listen. Nothing silly. Keep control of the fight. 6 minutes. Concentrate.
Working
Don't
great.
give nothing away. Keep backing him up with the jab.
Works
Don't
fantastic.
Let him come forward because he's swinging shots when he's
Hey, jab. 2 and 3 jabs. 2 and 3 jabs.
Come on, 6 minutes.
So here we are then into the 9th. This is uncharted territory for David Price in his career. Perhaps another box to be ticked on the recovery road. There has been talk, of course, of a return to Liverpool in September. Price himself, in the build-up to this one, talking about getting back in the game. Back to the jab, the shout from Tommy Brooks. And that's been an ever-present throughout tonight. Again, the hands back high to that guard for David Price. It's been another feature of this evening. His defence has been good. A couple of stray right hands, I suppose, have landed from Zavorotnyi. the ups and downs of boxing, particularly in the heavyweights. Is only a couple of years ago in 2012 when Price was blowing away the likes of Matt Skelton, Audley Harrison, of course, the thunderous right hand up in Liverpool. Sexton in 4, Dermot in 1 round as well. All of those coming through an amazing in 2012. Inside the final 30. There's no doubt there'll be people watching thinking, Price is up against the guy who's had one fight in a couple of years, turns 40 in January. Perhaps he should be blowing this guy out, but it's another important step on his road back and his journey to the top. Zavorotny's a pretty tough guy, important to get these rounds in, and we've gone through 9.
Hey, man. Working like a bull in a matador, baby. Great work, man. Great work.
You've got to keep your concentration this last round, okay? Points win, so take that. Don't go out too excited. Keep control of it. Don't give nothing away. Don't be silly. Keep the distance. Keep them back.
Hey, listen.
Last round.
Hey, okay, yeah. Hey, listen.
You know what you've got to do?
Just keep the jab. Keep the jab. Just keep the jab rolling. 2 and 3 jabs. If you see it right hand, take it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you got this fight won by a mile.
Great experience.
Hey, you won every round, man. Make sure you got. Hey, make sure you got your hands up when you pull out.
So here we go then, 10th and final round. David Price has won just about every single round. The 8th was quite spirited from Zavorotnyi. I fancy the Ukrainian might just have a go. This final 3 minutes. Price's judgment of defensive space has been good tonight. The odd punch he has taken, he's been in more threat from that forearm of Zavorotnyi all night. Nice defence there, and all set up initially with a lovely right hand to the body from Price. He has done some really good body work throughout the night. Slight lull in the mid-rounds. Oohs and ahs. Inside the final minute then. Did look through the 4 and 5 as though Price might really tame Zavorotnyi and perhaps even get him out of there, but it's been a spirited comeback from the Ukrainian. He's made it rough, plenty of grappling up close, and he's made it scrappy and untidy, but by and large, Price has had this his own way. Bit of variety with the body shots and the uppercut. The right hand we know is there. Probably a bit more authority with the jab could come into play, but his defence has been good. He's hardly taken too many punches. It looks like he'll win almost every single round, and importantly, those are 10 pretty crucial rounds in the bank for David Price, who goes the distance in his career. There's something else to tick off, check off as they move on. Zavorotnyi with a mini celebration. I think getting through the 10 rounds himself is something of a mini victory.
There you go, bro. There you go.
So, what next for David Price? The return to Liverpool in September seems on the cards, and that'll be another important one psychologically, returning to this home city. The sort of expectation and pressure that goes along with that, that's another thing he'll have to deal with on this comeback. But slowly but surely the boxes are getting ticked, and the big one tonight is getting through all 10 of those rounds. Zavorotnyi applauds the crowd, they applaud his effort. He's put in a shift, landed a couple of right hands, did more damage I think with the left forearm smash than he did with anything else, but David Price without too many scares. And I was quite impressed by the way by and large he managed to escape any danger. He managed to check the distance defensively. Just slightly out of range. Here we get the confirmation.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the scorecards. Punktrichter Jörg Milke aus Cottbus wertete 97:92, 97-92. Punktrichter Josef Temmel aus Wien wertete 100:90, 190. Und Gerhard Siegel aus Wien wertete 98:92, 98-92. For the winner on points from Great Britain, David Price.
Points and 10 points. It's the third step on his recovery.